Anyway, the Browns are on the clock. Everybody, let's cut the audio on the draft. No one wants to hear the Browns. They traded it anyway. We had these plans to cut this audio because no one wants to hear that garbage. We're gonna introduce our first panel. So if we could give it up, we got Zack Fraser and Beanie Bishop out here. Let's go. Take me home to a place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home. Oh, Zack wants to sing. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, what's up, boys? You good?
Look at Trey. I'm not coming over there.
The backstage is good.
I'm not coming over there.
Oh, Trey wasn't singing. He's from Pitt.
More time for Trey.
Country roads, take me home to a place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home.
Oh, matter of fact, take me home right now. I don't want to be here no more.
See Trey's salty as hell. He played a Pitt.
Let's go, Pitt.
Oh, that's the wrong version. No, that's the wrong version. I had to help him.
All right, we're not gonna get into a war. They're both Steelers now, and that's all that matters. We could give it up for them being Steelers, right? Boys, talk to me. You know, I had note cards with notes, and I know you know, Zack put me in a headlock today. I'm not even joking. He put me in a headlock. We were at the facility. This dude's strong as hell. His wrestling record is 159-1. So that headlock hurt. I'm a little bruised on my neck. I might be suing him later, but talk to me about, you know, what it was like. You guys playing at West Virginia together, and then you being drafted here. You finding out you're coming here as an undrafted free agent. Like, what was it? What's that been like? I'll tell you, Beanie.
Man, this has been phenomenal. You know, obviously not hearing my name called, it was heartbreaking and things like that. But just being able to pick the team that I wanted to go to, and being able to have this opportunity to, you know, to make the team and stuff like that, and especially come to a great organization, you know, a winning organization. It's been crazy, and to be around Coach T and the guys, it's just been great.
Oh yeah, Zack, talk to me about your draft process. Like, was that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember last year at this time having no clue where I was going, and then going into the night, like, no clue what was going to happen.
Did you do top 30 visits?
Yeah, I did a couple here in Chicago.
I remember seeing you when you came in here.
Yeah.
I was in the weight room.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I was in there. I remember seeing you walked in there. Yeah. No, but you did here in Chicago. So you had an idea that Pittsburgh really had interest.
Well, it was just a local day. So, I mean, you really don't know anything. So
wow, they used you as a local day so they can save that top 30.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay. All right. So some strategy went into how they got you here.
Yeah.
But then you got your name called, and
what
was that like?
Yeah, I mean, once I got past a certain pick, I was just hoping I went all the way to Pittsburgh. But, you know, going into the draft, this is where I wanted to go. So it was just amazing.
Was it more of like, you know, you obviously probably know Marquise Pouncey, a Hall of Fame center. He was here for years. Was that kind of like I want to go to Pittsburgh because I know Marquise Pouncey played there for 10, 15, whatever, how long Pounce played for, and what a dog and savage Pouncey was.
Yeah, I mean, you just, if you know about Pittsburgh, you know about their history at center. You have Pouncey, Dawson, Webster. It just goes on and on. So, you know, they have the best history of centers, and, you know, to have the chance to play here is just unbelievable.
Did you grow up a Steeler fan? Because like you don't live far from here. Like you're not far from here.
Yeah.
Did you grow up a Pittsburgh fan or
my dad's from Florida, so I was a Dolphins fan, unfortunately.
Ooh.
But I mean,
Fair.
Yeah. What's that? I know. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, coming into the draft, this is where I want to go. I did not want to be in Miami.
I like that. He's a cold weather guy. He wears no sleeves, which is crazy. Yeah, you're wild. You're wild. Bean, I know you've been on. Beanie's been on the podcast a couple times.
You guys see Beanie's episode? Anybody see Beanie's episode?
Beanie's had a crazy journey. Beanie, you transferred. You ended up in West Virginia. You balled out of West Virginia. You're here. Like, walk us through. I don't know if many people know about like the transfer portal, what that was like. Your whole process getting to West Virginia.
Man, so I started off. I only had one FBS offer. Small school, Western Kentucky, right up the road from the crib.
Louisville, right?
Yeah, Louisville.
Louisville.
So, it was only an hour and 20. Spent 4 seasons out there. Coach told me, he's like, man, you need to transfer and go play Power 5. So, man, I went and got in the portal. Had some interest from different schools. Ended up picking Minnesota. Went out there, played football. Really went to school, got my degree from there, and then transferred, and that's what took me to West Virginia.
So we got a pick in. Oh, the Jaguars. All right, let's look at this pick real quick. Who y'all think Jackson was taking? Travis Hunter. Letting him play both ways?
I'm saying Ashton Genty.
You're the coach. You letting him play both ways? NFL coach. Think about it. Y'all know Yins know what it takes to get it nuts. You guys know what it takes to be unbelievable at one position. You think he's playing both ways? I don't mean to be controversial, but
I think it's gonna be tough.
Tough.
You got some guys that's able to play both ways, and I think if you just try to put him on offense, then obviously guys are gonna be keyed into if he's playing majority defense and then you put him in for that one play.
If he's tired, if he just did a series on offense and now you're putting him in a defense, I'm throwing at him. I don't know.
I mean it's tough too, especially how he was practicing at Colorado. I don't think too many teams is gonna let him do that in the NFL.
Well, let's see who they pick here real quick.
Let's see. Ooh. That's a good pick.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is a good pick.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
Do we play them this year? I don't think we play them. No, we don't play them.
We played.
Look at him, he's doing a dance. I love that.
Yeah, it's a nice little pink
He's
suit.
a ball player.
I got a question for you too, though.
What's up?
Because I'm not a fan of West Virginia, but I'm going to leave it what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're cool. I just don't like your school. You feel me? But with that said, I've been to your stadium, and by far one of the craziest atmospheres I've ever been a part of, right? Everybody's tailgating between the hospital and the stadium, which makes no sense to me. Because if somebody gets hurt, I don't know how they're getting in there, but it's all right. What was that atmosphere like for y'all?
Man, it's crazy, especially for opposing teams. You know what I mean? They might have to get off the bus with their helmets on and things like that because, we got our fans that throw batteries at people and those different kind of things, man. And it's something that you don't even get to experience, everywhere. And being able to play there it was amazing.
Some of the best fans.
Go ahead, keep going. Why did they burn the couches? Like, what is that just a West Virginia tradition, or is that just like
Have you either burnt a couch?
Yeah, have you burned a couch?
I didn't burn a couch. I've seen some couches burned, but I didn't burn them.
I don't know. I know you and Doug Nestor were burning some couches.
Now, I don't know. I ain't know about no burning couches.
I do have a question though about this pick. You said it's difficult, obviously, to play both ways. Not a lot of people have ever done that. What is so difficult about that? Is it the physical exertion, or is it more so the mental preparation? How do you prepare for both sides of the ball every week? What is the harder, or is it both?
Yeah, both really, and you gotta be the best in the world at both. That's a struggle.
Yeah, dude. I'll tie into that too because to be so great in the NFL at one position, you have to fine tune that craft so perfect. To do it on both sides of the ball. I know he's a freak athlete, and I hope the best for his career, but it's going to be very hard, and they're going to let him obviously. Yeah. So I guess we'll see. Beanie, you could probably talk a little differently on the technique that goes into playing corner, and then the technique that goes into receiver. So I feel like a lot of people don't understand the technique that goes, we talked about it before, about the technique that goes into corner, hand placement, footwork, just alignment. If you're an inside shade, knowing your leverage, will that come into effect when he gets there, you think? And he might be tired from playing both ways, and then he's lined up on the wrong, he's lined up on the wrong leverage side, and then he gets beat inside. Like, you think that's going to play into effect?
I think a lot of it, obviously, you know, they have coaches and things like that, and they're probably going to build schematics around him, you know, not necessarily putting him in man if he's playing so much on offense, and, you know, put him in zone so he can, you know, kind of chill a little bit to where it's not so technical. But I mean, pretty much that'll be it. Especially like the game planning thing, I feel like it'll be tough because, you know, you got to study the opponents. It's gonna be hard. It's already enough, you know, studying one side of the ball for the whole week, and trying to understand what they're doing like during the game versus, you know, studying both sides. And it's like, and you have to know your position too. So
dude, we talked about this with you on before, but we never had a chance to have you on. But talk about like the film preparation for an offensive lineman. Like what are little nuggets you might look for in a D lineman, or little like tips that you might try to get off of film from guys?
Yeah, I
don't got to give anything away though. Like, you don't got to give anything away either.
I would just say, like, we're, as a center, we're in there an extra hour early every day, getting extra meetings with the coaches, getting their thoughts on the week, you know, what they like, what they see. Because a lot of times the coaches are looking a week ahead while we're playing. So, like, they already get, like, a head start on the teams. So they're kind of relaying that information to us. We're just soaking it all in, and then just watching a ton of film, trying to pick up on little things, like you said.
What's been, obviously, center's the hardest I think it's the hardest offensive line position just because all the calls, and I'm not trying to, you know, give you too much credit here, but what's been like the biggest learning curve coming from West Virginia playing in the Big 12? Were you in the Big 12? Yeah, you were Big 12, right?
Big 12.
Yeah. Big 12, then coming to Pittsburgh and learning like an NFL offense, and AFC North football is the most physical football. Like, What has the learning curve been like?
I mean, everyone's obviously bigger, faster, stronger, smarter. I mean, all of the above. So I think just coming in last year at this time, like rookie minicamp, and then getting thrown into OTAs, I just kind of adapted through it. Like, I feel like when you're just practicing against it every day, you have no choice but to get better.
And then when you come in for year two, we talked about it in the facility. You and McCormick came in. It's just like not a sense of like relief, but a sense of like, okay, I'm here now. I could get better. So like, what is, now that the rookie year's behind you?
He's took Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter there. Thank God he's not in the AFC. We like that.
Trey's other favorite college.
Yeah, Trey likes Penn State too.
Boo. That's why I like you.
That kid's a freak.
He is a freak. I'm not going to lie. His freshman year, he went crazy. In his freshman year.
He's a freak. Jess, what do you got back there? I know you got something for these guys.
Yeah, so I want to start with Zach. I mean, we've had Beanie on a couple times, and I got one for you too. But so Zach, it said, I was doing some research. It said you declared in kindergarten that you were going to end up getting perfect grades. And in high school, you ended up graduating with a 4.5 GPA. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
You had a 4 or 5? What was you taking?
4 or 5?
Yeah, I had some AP classes, some college classes.
No. You were cheating off the right people. He was cheating off the right people. I know what he was doing.
No, I don't know who interviewed my mom and let that kid out, but yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, you spoke it into existence, so you can't ask for anything better. So love that.
Yeah.
Hey, it takes. As I said, center and the offensive line is probably the hardest position. So it takes you got to be smart to play center as much as, you know, hitting they're doing. And people think that it's just like moving bodies in there, but it's not. It's body positioning, which leads me into another question I want to ask about wrestling. Like, I've wrestled him before. If you believe it or not, me and Zach have wrestled.
Prove it.
It was pretty quick. It was pretty easy for him. But what has wrestling done for you in like the sense of leverage and your get off and how quick you are off the ball? Like what has wrestling done for you to make you such a good center?
Yeah, I mean, really every snap there's some component of wrestling, whether it's hand fighting, leverage, you know, especially at offensive line. You know, we're in there battling. If you can understand how to move people, That's all it is. So I mean, it helps out a ton. And then also the conditioning, like if you wrestle, like the football stuff's a lot easier than wrestling.
Do you still do some wrestling, conditioning work?
No. I mean,
'Cause I felt it a little bit.
yeah, no. Wrestling, it's definitely a lot tougher sport. You'd have to be in a lot better shape. It's just different. You know, football, you go for 5 seconds and you get a 30-second break or whatever. Wrestling, you're going 6-7 minutes straight, no break really. So it's just different. Yeah, different.
Beanie, who's somebody in the DB room that you don't want to mess with?
Beanie will fight anybody.
Is it you?
Are
Are you the guy that they don't mess
Yeah, I don't really think it's no guys in the league.
There's 2 guys that I wouldn't mess with on a team. One of them's here, and one of them is another offensive lineman, Isaac Siamalu. Wouldn't mess with those 2 guys. I mean, I would test them, but I wouldn't mess with them, and I wouldn't want to see them in the street.
So if you two arm wrestled right now, who would win?
No, we're not. This table's made of glass up here. If you didn't think that, we can't do that. Yeah, and the sign's already been knocked
I'm
down.
just saying. I'm curious. Who would you say would win?
Give it up for the host. This place looks great.
Zach would win that. Give me like your welcome, Beanie. I already talked to you about, you had your picks versus Aaron Rodgers against the Jets, which was incredible. You had that other pick against what?
Bro, I'm gonna say, like, I forgot. Like, people ask me my welcome to the NFL moment. I really I went back and thought about it, bro. When we played the Broncos, it was like I think I only missed like 3 tackles this year. And bro, the running back hit me with a juke move so crazy.
I didn't even touch him.
Yeah, I didn't even touch him. He cooked me. So it's just like, and I had to hurry up and get up and chase him. It's like, you see it on film, it's like crazy.
So I do the flat tackle on Friday sometimes. I'll get over there with some of the better at the flat tackle drill where you got to take an angle and try to tag off on
the
it.
tackle drills in practice now?
Sometimes I get over there and do it.
What's sometimes?
About once.
I was over there 3
That's
times
crazy.
earlier in the year, and then I wanted to just watch after that.
That's
Are
crazy.
sticking people in that drill?
No, it's like a tag off wearing helmets and shells. It's nothing serious, but I don't think like people understand how hard it is to really like tackle an NFL player in the open field. Like, talk about how like quick these guys are. Like, just a difference in like college and then coming to the pros and having to tackle somebody in the open field.
I mean, bro, you got like huge guys that have like shit like that are shifty. You know what I mean? It's like some guys. It's like DK, for example, bro. Like he's a huge dude, and you see how fast he is, like and strong and different things like that. So you got to know how to approach each ball carrier differently. You know what I mean? Like you got Derrick Henry. He's gonna throw a mean stiff arm. You know what I mean? Like you just have to approach guys in different manners. Like. So it really don't matter how you get them on the ground, as long as it ain't no penalty, you get them on the ground. Like,
It's really crazy. What's your like? Do you have a welcome? You probably don't even have a welcome to the NFL moment. What's your welcome? Like, give me something. I know you went against Dexter Lawrence this year for the Giants.
I was hurt that game.
Oh, you were hurt that game, Ryan. That's right. All right. Well, you still went against some absolute dogs. Give me your like welcome to the NFL. If you can remember one moment you were like, dang, they got me. He's like, he can't even think of it.
No, I mean, I was thinking. I was just thinking my first preseason game, first home preseason game, just seeing all the fans. Like that was, like I just felt like a dream come true type thing. Like
For a preseason game.
yeah, like everything was sold out. Like the fans came out. Like it was crazy. Like I remember running out of the tunnel for the first time. Like this is the coolest thing ever.
You guys, like, sometimes when the season happens, like now that you've been through it, because I feel this way, like, I'm trying to think of who did we even open with? In Atlanta we opened with.
yeah.
The season goes by like this. It seems like it's such a long grind, but like it is, obviously. It's a long, like we're in that 6 months. Like we're there every day, 6 months. Like, talk about how fast it goes, though. Like, the rookie year's done.
Yeah, I mean, it goes by pretty fast, especially once the season comes around. It's like meetings, practice, meetings, go home, more film, go to sleep, wake up, meetings, practice more means.
I feel like
You
people.
guys don't just show up and play football on Sunday?
See, that's like a.
Nah.
That's a big.
Me.
That's
Hell
what most
no.
people think.
If we could just do
That's
that,
what most
that'd be-
people think. We just show up on Sundays and we play football. But a little like, I'm not discrediting fans or anything, but I feel like the work that's put in should be highlighted. Like it's a tactful, like you need to be skilled at what you do. And, Coach T always says skills relative to your position. That couldn't be the most true statement I've ever heard. So it's just interesting to hear like guys that been in 1 year and how they feel and what they think about the whole rookie year. It's because I'm starting to lose memory of my rookie year.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
So, like, I'm curious, like, what are your goals going into year two? Like, what is something that you're like, this is my main focus this year? And, obviously don't give away the secret sauce, but, like, what's something that you're excited to tap into this year that maybe you learned a hard lesson last year?
I would just say have a better season. Obviously last year, stats. Obviously, people see stats, but I want to have a bigger impact on the game. Obviously, I want to like as far as team goes, I want to win the North, get a home field playoff game first of all, and be able to win here, and make the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? I think that'll be huge.
Zach, what about you? Something you want to work on, like something you want to fine tune, anything.
Yeah, I just want to take the next step as a player. I feel like I can. I'm hard on myself, like every aspect. I feel like I can get a little better at throwing my hands, technique, just understanding defensive structure more. I feel like there's so many things I can get better at, and I'm just trying to do it all type thing.
Oh yeah, I like that. What about your relationship with Mason McCormick? I know McCormick's our guy. He's been on the podcast. We love McCormick, even though I hate McCormick on field goal. I do. I hate him on field goal protection team. 'Cause he talks like he doesn't stop. Does he do that on offense?
Oh no, yeah, Mason definitely likes to get the guys on defense fired up, and definitely likes to talk a lot.
That kills me because I'm getting out there for my snap.
Yeah.
It's a friendly time, trying to be friendly, and he's yapping.
Yeah.
I'm shut up. I'm like,
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
He
No,
won't-
it fires him up. Like he loves it.
He kills me.
Yeah.
But what about, how beneficial has that been to just have another rookie on the O-line with you that started and like you guys kind of went through the grind together of your rookie season? Because you went from playing, how many games you play in college? 13? 13, 14?
Oh, yeah, 13.
13 games in college, right to training for the combine pro day, then right to rookie mini camp, rookie activities.
Yeah.
Like it's a long grind. So like, what's it been like to go?
Yeah,
through that?
it was great. We had three. We had Troy, Mason, and me, and it was just great to go through it together. We're all in the same boat. It's all new to us. So it's really nice just having those two, and then we could ask each other questions. Just we're all in the same boat. It's great. Yeah.
Hey, Christian, real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cleveland Browns are currently on the clock. Can we boo? I just wanted to get that in there. Sorry. Continue your question.
No. It looks like their pick is in, and I think we should keep talking because no one really cares. But,
All right. Sounds good.
Christian, I have a question for you. You think you can play both ways? Take some snaps at nose guard?
Linebacker?
My days. I said I was a 3-time All-American linebacker.
Respect.
No, absolutely not. I talked about my journey and my story, and when I got to New England, and my locker was next to Dante Hightower. I don't know if any of you guys remember Dante Hightower, linebacker. He's huge. I got there. My locker was there. Actually, E-Rob was 2 lockers down. He big timed the hell out of me. I didn't, I had to tell him about it too. I said, E-Rob, you big timed me 5 years ago, 6 or whatever it was, 6 years ago. He said, no, I didn't. I said, yeah, you did. He goes, I do remember you. I do remember you coming in there. But no, absolutely not. I had no chance to make it as a linebacker. I'm just being dead ass honest. Like, realistic and honest. When I got there, I got humbled pretty quickly.
Some room for Jesse over here.
Yeah, come on, Jess.
Come on in, Jesse.
What you got? You got some draft talk?
I want to say something real quick. So Will Campbell just got drafted, right? And like his knock was having too short of arms as a lineman. What do you think about that as a lineman?
I think they should just look at the film. Like, that's all.
Yeah,
That's all that matters. If you can play, you can play.
Right.
Like, I don't have very long arms. And
Look at what
I'd be
you do
fine.
on the field. Yeah.
Yeah, put the tape on. Like the tape doesn't lie. If they're playing in the whatever they're playing, like he played big time football. You know, he's been playing against guys that are going to be in the pros or pro players. Like, put the film on. The film doesn't lie. I love that. I love that answer.
No doubt, dude.
That's a great pick. Now, serious question for both of you. Who is two people that you played against that was genuinely the best player that you've played against? Because you guys play a lot of different players, a lot of different teams. Like, who's the best player that you said that you have a lot of respect for and that's really good?
I can't really just think. I can't really just. I don't know. Like, I can't really just remember that off the top of my head. Bro, so many football games are still
many guys
together.
I like Jesse over here. I gotta say, it feels good. You guys really hate
Let him hear it.
This is cool.
I love that. We really hate the Browns.
Yeah, we really do.
Oh, we do.
Great.
I mean, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Here we go. We'll tap into this pick real quick. We'll be a little bit interested.
Make sure you boo very loudly for this pick.
Yeah, he looks like a Brown.
Defensive lineman.
Cleveland Brown.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-oh.
D tackle. So D tackle. He's D tackle for Michigan. Zach will be dealing with him. That's fine.
we'll have fun with it.
Yeah, we're all right. We'll have a plan. We'll have a tactical plan. We'll be detailed about it. I'm doing my Coach Tomlin impression right now. Dude? I just sometimes wonder what it'd be like to be at the draft, like as that pick. Like, that's got to be. You guys have any good friends that went top 10 picks besides Troy? Well, Troy wasn't top 10, but still, guys on our team that went top 10. I'm trying to even think.
Malik Neighbors.
We never get a top 10 pick.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors. I ain't asked him how it went though. But yeah, me and him did pre-draft training together. We real cool. But I don't know. I ain't asked him. It do look lit though.
It looks lit there. I ain't gonna lie.
You're good.
What they got? They're showing a little tape of him.
You're so Trey's gonna maybe ask some questions from the audience here. But Zach, you're gonna get to know this guy pretty well.
Make a TikTok.
Yeah,
TikTok. I don't do TikTok. I don't do TikTok.
Any questions? Any questions?
Trey, what do you got, Trey? You got someone
I'm
with
looking.
a question for one of these guys up here?
I'm looking. Any
Someone
questions?
got a question for these guys?
Any questions?
Look,
She just wanted to say hi. Never mind.
All right.
I'm looking around. Keep talking. I'll find somebody. No.
You got nobody with a question? Nobody got a question?
Nobody yet. I'm walking around. I'm going to find
Don't
somebody.
be
All right,
scared.
Trey.
Questions.
Don't be scared. This is your one opportunity.
Let's see. Oh, I see hands way back from where I came.
I
We
like
got some questions in the middle, Trey.
It could be anything.
What you got?
I feel like it's about to be something wild, bro.
Beanie, what is your best tip for cornerbacks?
Ooh, I like that.
Great question.
For a young corner.
Just to stay patient. Don't panic when the ball get in the air. That's how you see a lot of guys get penalties and things like that. The best tip for a corner is just to have patience.
So I want to piggyback off that. Great question, young man. Great question.
Great.
With that, when the ball is in the air, the technique to it is play through the hands, right?
I mean, if you beat, you play through the hands or like.
Were you looking at their eyes as you're running? Like, how hard? You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
I mean, you just
Isn't
run.
it
I
possible?
mean, yeah, and like obviously if you beat, you can play the hands, but like if you like in phase, then you can play the ball. Like, it's kind of like it's obviously tough like for people that don't play football, but like
But like guys like George, like I feel like I've seen GP no look catches, excuse me, like literally like boom, like last second, like he's looking this way, you don't think the ball's coming, then he puts his hands on the ball's there.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the ways that receivers combat like DBs playing through the hands. Like they'll throw the hands late. Like as soon as the ball, like when the ball is coming down, like they'll throw their hands late, so you can't really, rake down on the ball and stuff like that.
That is crazy. Trey, what else you got? I know you got one more.
There was actually a really good question. This lady wants all of you to sign her baby's shirt.
Can we get one
It's
big
hard
group?
to say no to that, right? I tried to walk away. I couldn't on that one. That's a really good one.
What's it say? My first Yinzer team?
It's a first Yinzer team.
For sure.
First Yinzer tee, I love it.
All right, come on, we'll sign it right now.
Sign it.
You got a Sharpie?
Signing babies.
Take the baby shirt off.
Babies,
Whoa,
Christian
whoa.
Kuntz,
Not like that. Come on, bro.
Man of the people.
We got the
Come on, guys. Don't be too
Man of the people.
Pope of Pittsburgh, dude. Rare civilian, the Pope of Pittsburgh. It's crazy. I know. All right. How we feeling? Everybody good? How's the balcony feeling? We good up there? We alive?
All right,
Good in the
Las
balcony?
Vegas. I bet they take Ashton Genty here.
What's up?
Duquesne, shout out Duquesne. Thank you for being here.
We got season.
There we go.
All right, looks like picks in.
Who they got? Ashton Genty.
Next pick. Here it is. Ashton.
Genty.
There he is. Look at the Crocs, Jesse.
Have you seen his Crocs?
Look at the Crocs.
He got the iced out Crocs on right now. This is
Crazy.
insane. Wait till you see these things if they show them.
I want to watch these highlights real quick because this guy's an absolute freak. He'd be a tough tackle.
Or maybe
Dude, Ashton Genty? No. That'd be a tough tackle.
Should he have won the Heisman or should it have been Travis? Ooh. That was a question from one of them. They want to know who should have won the Heisman. Was it Genty or Travis? What do y'all think?
The Heisman?
I'm not commenting on that.
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, I think it's a little too tough to answer that, man, because he was backpacking his team, man. It's tough to, get that many carries and get that many yards too as well. And it wasn't like he was only doing that against the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, but
Right.
I know people say that he's going against Mountain West football is still unreal football. And like when they got to play Penn State, he did that. Like he was doing that against Penn State. So sometimes I feel like when people say, "Oh, he's playing against bad competition," like if you're good, they're gonna find you. It don't matter no matter who you're going against or where you're from. So
Just about any other year, he would have won it too. That's what
Right.
the bad part.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough too. I know all about
Trey, what
people
was your
talking about
experience
lesser
like in the South?
conferences and things like that. Like, oh yeah, he's good for a Conference USA guy. But then I went to the Big 12 and was first team all Big 12. Like, it
what I'm saying.
just don't make sense.
If you can play ball, put the tape on. Put the tape on. The tape doesn't lie.
If you can ball, you can ball. Another person wanted to see if we can all sign this terrible towel, but I know there's a lot of signing
you're
stuff
supposed to be
happening.
getting
We ain't gonna keep signing stuff. But next question that I do have is for you two. They want to know who is the unsung hero for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some people would say Christian Kuntz.
No.
Some people would say Beanie Bishop.
Give it up.
Yeah,
Christian,
I'll say
unsung hero
Boswell,
award.
and you can talk more about him, but
Yeah.
he doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I say Boz.
No, you can't say the same.
I really give a lot of credit to the strength staff. Like,
That's
it's like some of the different strength staff. I say JG, one of our strength coaches. You know what I mean? He helped me stay ahead of the curve, get over the rookie wall, and all of those things. Keep taking care of my body and stuff like that, and just making sure that I'm good for all of the games, knowing that the season's longer than college.
I feel like, you mentioned the strength staff, the training room staff, like the equipment staff, everybody in there kind of plays a role. And that's kind of what I like about the NFL. Like they're in it with us. You know what I mean? Like if we're not good, they reap those benefits too. Strength coaches get fired, training staffs get fired. So it's kind of cool in the NFL with like, I don't know, everybody's at risk. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Their jobs are at risk. They have families too. So I feel like people kind of, you look at college and like an equipment guy could be at college for 30 years through coaches, through players, through everything, coaching changes, athletic director changes. Like in the NFL, if your team's bad,
They clear house.
they're clearing house.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it is. That was a hell of a shout out to JG, the strength staff, all those guys, and like obviously Boz too. Like, and Boz was cold. That was cold. That was a cold-blooded season, and you know he's kicking, which I don't think a lot of people understand. Is he's playing in Pittsburgh. We're not playing in a dome.
Right.
So like imagine the teams that are playing in like the AFC South. They're playing. Indianapolis is playing at least 8 games in a dome. I remember talking to their specialist, and I think this was 2 years ago before the game. We're just chopping it up before, and the guys talking. I'm like, yeah, we got to go to Cincy still. We got to go to Cleveland still. We got to go wherever. All outdoor games for us. He's like, oh, we're in like week 11. He's like, oh, I don't have any more outdoor games. He's like, I play, I got 1 game here in Miami, and then I'm playing 4 games here at home. I'm like, dude, this is it's different playing in a dome than it is playing here. So for him to have that season, that was a good answer too. So I appreciate that, giving the specialist love, even though somebody's got to get him the ball. Even
Right. Man, yeah, forget that. I like to give a shout out to Coach Danny Smith, man. Coach Danny's phenomenal. I don't think too many special team coordinators have their team like Coach Danny, man. Like he have us ready, like you know what I mean. So we're not surprised when we go out there and block kicks and punts and things like that versus other teams, and that's why we lead the league in blocks.
Speaking of Coach Danny Smith, this guy thinks it's funny on Saturdays to start snapping footballs, in front of like scouts, and and he's pretty good at it. So it kind of pisses me off because he gets out there and he starts snapping balls, and I'm like, dude, you stop doing that. So everybody out here would like you to stop snapping balls, long snapping balls, and just. Snap your normal snap. You don't have to do all that stuff. We have somebody that does that.
Yeah.
Like you're already making your salary. You don't gotta you don't gotta come into mine. You don't gotta come into my space. I don't do I work even though I could. Get up there and start doing stuff. Seriously, I'm dead at like he starts snapping like him and Broderick and Muth. Like all these dudes everyone wants a long snap. All of a sudden, everyone thinks long snap at school. They want to start long snapping.
Everybody just wants a podcast, dude.
You made the position cool.
Podcast start being a long snap.
Yeah.
Corliss liked him, so I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Corliss liked him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on Corliss.
Can you run down and make some tackles too? What's that? You gonna run down and make some tackles?
I'll do it. How many tackles a year you make?
Wow.
No, I'm not.
How many
saying, like how many tackles did you make last year?
I had 3.
3.
Let's go.
I had 3.
3 tackles for Christian Kuntz. Let's go.
I had 3. Yeah, I was that over under was set at something amongst the teammates. Yeah, I didn't
Be
hit.
able to get in on a couple, maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
I was in on a couple, but like you know how it is. They don't count some of the tackles.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the tackles when they're running out of bounds and you give them a shove, tackle. I'm like, add that.
No, they don't count those.
Yes, they do.
He's already out of bounds. It don't count if you push him and he's already out of bounds.
No, but I get them right before they go out of bounds, like a dive touch. Ooh, that's 1.
No, and that's why it doesn't count. That's why you only had 3 tackles.
No, they count. They count at least one of those this year.
And how many of those was actually tackles and not assists? Assist doesn't count as a full tackle.
Listen, I'm gonna make tackles this year. My job is a snap. That's the most important, but I'm gonna make tackles.
How many are you going for this?
Yeah, how many?
5. Okay. I'll take it.
Over or under 5?
Somebody take him up on his 5 tackles.
It'll be going around.
I got the under on it.
Over under.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You're going under?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take the I'll take the under, bro.
I saw your player performance bonus. Don't go there. We're going.
That wasn't real. That was fake. That dropped on April Fools.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
I looked at everybody's. I even texted McCormick. I said, McCormick, I saw that. I saw what you got.
This man is crazy.
Just, what do you guys got?
Yeah, so it sounded like there was another question from the crowd Trey was telling me about. So what is the difference between with your scheme against a Myles Garrett? What is the difference when you have to scheme to like a top wide receiver in the league? Are you guys like focused on, is it a collective effort that you have to sit down with your O-line? How do we guard Myles Garrett? Are you going to have more of a solo, scheme for it? How does that look different for your positions?
Crossover right over the center.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously when you play, the best D lineman in the league, we change up stuff for them because we're not going to let them take over the game. So we'll slide to them. We'll have a special package for them. Sometimes the DNs they'll get chipped a little more than normal, stuff like that. But we're not going to just sit there and do the same thing and let them take over a game.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as like receivers and things like that, when we obviously played CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, those number one receivers, you obviously have to game plan for those guys. And it kind of turns into let the support cast beat us, you know what I mean? And not a lot of those players are built to go for 150, 3 touchdowns and things like that. Obviously, they spend a lot of their money on those players. Obviously, you see Jamar Chase has got a crazy contract, and it's and they went and broke the bank and paid T. Higgins too. But not a lot of teams have enough money to go out and pay 2 or 3 top receivers. So you get to focus more on Jamar Chase or CeeDee Lamb.
Right. See, that was a great question. That's crazy because I'm obviously not in your guys' meetings. I stop in the O-line room here and there. I stopped in today. Maybe I gave an inappropriate gesture to him and did some when I stopped in the O-line room. But, dude, we got you were awarded this year the Greene Award. That's handed out to the top Steelers rookie, top performer Steelers rookie. Sorry, Beanie, Zach got it. Let's give that up for Zach, Greene Award winner. We got two other guys here today that obviously played for the Steelers, legendary guys that have won that award, Louis Lips and Kendrell Bell. So talk about like what that means, knowing Joe Greene's history here and like one of the best ever to do it, legendary Hall of Famer. Like, what does that mean to win that award with that name on it?
Yeah, I mean, it was just an unbelievable honor. You look through the history of the award, all the people that have won it. It's crazy. It is crazy, and to have your name up there with those guys, it's pretty cool. And then to represent the rookie class is pretty cool too. We had a lot of good players that were deserving of the award as well, just like Beanie and Peyton that are here today. But it's an amazing feeling to win that award.
Just to have your name, like I was looking at that list. That list is crazy. Like. There's probably like 25 Hall of Famers on that list. Well, not 25, but there was a lot.
Yeah, there's a good bit. Yeah.
Hall of Honor, Steelers Hall of Honor guys, Hall of Famers, Gold Jacket guys that were on that list. It was just to be associated with the name Joe Greene.
Unbelievable.
Can't beat it.
Different category, man. This was great.
Different category. What's this first off season been like for you guys? You went on any trips? You do anything? Like I know you've been traveling a little bit. You've been in and out. You've been busy.
Me and my girl we went to Puerto Rico for a couple days. Went back home. I've been spending most of my time here. Obviously working on the Beans Bakery stuff.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So obviously, if you guys don't know, I started like the Beans Bakery thing in the off season. Where I shoot episodes of me like cooking stuff. I mean baking stuff, and maybe I'll end up getting into cooking too. But just to let fans see how I am like outside of football and how I am in the kitchen baking things and what kind of stuff that I never imagined that I would do, but just learning in the off season.
Yeah, dude, you're talking about like stuff outside of football that happens. And after Beanie came, I don't even know if I told you guys this, but after Beanie came on the podcast about a month ago, I promised him I'd get him lunch. We go down to Chick-fil-A. We open the door for a guy, an employee that worked there. Long story short, we get up to the line. He had no clue who either of us were. He just opened the door. We were just being nice. I made a little joke. After he said thank you, he was a Chick-fil-A employee. I said my pleasure. Chick-fil-A. Long story short, we get up there. The guy pays for our meal, not knowing anything about us, who we are, anything. So then he comes to the table, and Beanie's like, we need to pay this forward. We need to pay this forward. Like, why did he do that? Like, what made him want to do that? He had no business doing that. We opened the door for him. Everyone opened. I'm sure people have opened the door for 1 million people in here already. Like, and we let him know, who we were. We introduced ourselves, and we're gonna be leaving him tickets to one of the games this year. We got his phone number, and dude, that was like the coolest thing. That was like me and you were like sitting there eating our chicken sandwiches. We're like, that was sick.
Yeah, bro, and it's just like crazy, bro. Like, you never know, cause he didn't know me and Christian. Like all he did was open the door for him. You know what I mean? Like that's a simple gesture, and just for him to pay for our food, And I was like, man, you know what? He just did something nice for us. Let's do something nice for him. And obviously, he probably never would have thought like, oh man, like I just got some free tickets. Like the meal was like $20-something. Like, and the tickets that he's finna get is like, the value of it is something different, and that was just out of the kindness of his heart. So, he was blessed that day.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's definitely special being a Pittsburgh Steeler in the city of Pittsburgh. Like the love you get from the fans, it's crazy. And I'm sure you get a little more. Who did they get? Oh,
That's a good pick.
the receiver, Arizona. He's a freak. Yeah. But no, the love you get from the fans, I'm sure you get a little more recognized just because you're a little.
Good call.
Just look a little different.
What do I look like, a civilian?
No, I don't know. That's what Coach Tomlin said.
All right, boys.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
why
get
it
this
says,
thing ready over here.
Wear a
Christian.
civilian on me.
Hey, I'm gonna get this pen ready too. They gotta sign this before we wrap this this session up here.
Yeah, we're about to wrap this. Yeah. All right. Well, boys, you're gonna get over, sign that picture. I appreciate you boys coming on.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
No. You don't dictate this. Man, you got the cookies on you?
Yeah, I got the cookies, man.
All right, we'll do the cookies now then, because Beanie says we're gonna do the cookies now. Beanie has some cookies that he baked.
right here?
He got his recipe from ChatGPT. Give him a break. No, and I don't know if he actually baked them or he got the giant eagle over here and got a dozen cookies.
So I'm gonna let Kuntz pass them out. I'm gonna let Kuntz, because I don't want no pressure from nobody. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let Kuntz, I'm gonna let them try them out, whatever they want to do.
Let's all try it at once. I'm gonna grab a cookie real quick.
You know what I mean?
They're not as good as my Aunt Luann's cookies, I promise you. Hold on, brother. I gotta try this cookie.
I've been waiting for this cookie.
Arnold.
Yeah, they pressed me the last time about them. So
one bite, everybody knows the rules.
One bite.
It's Dave Portnoy. All right, I'm not cheersing my cookie. Vinny's got germs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What he got?
Soft.
Wow.
What's his?
Delicioso.
Wow.
Very good.
All right, so I got 7 more cookies. I'm gonna just pass them out.
Wait. Save me one cookie. I'm dead serious.
Do y'all think I should save one?
I think we should let one fan try.
All right. I seen more thumbs up than not.
Good job.
Good job on them cookies.
Nah, I'm gonna let Trey pass them out, bro. Here. So y'all get mad. Y'all can get mad at him.
Hey,
Pass them out.
passing these out.
Oh, save one.
You got one? Who want a cookie?
See, look.
If you want a cookie, say, oh, yeah. Say, oh, yeah. I got you. Who want one? No, look. I got one more cookie. Who wants a cookie? Say, oh, yeah.
Well, tell me you gave away my extra. Did you give away my extra? No, leave that there.
I ain't touching
This
extra.
man.
All right, everybody, let's give it up for Beanie and Zack Fraser here. Unbelievable. Thank you, guys. Someone's going to win this painting. Buy the raffle tickets. The proceeds go to Light of Life.